It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
All right, I know you're thinking, don't you clean your room all the time on here? Okay, well, yeah. And this is the place where we shove stuff. Okay, the baby doesn't come in here, nobody comes in here, this is where we shove stuff. So it's the room that has the most junk shoved in it all the time. So, happy spring cleaning. Today we're gonna tackle our bedroom. My goal today, we have like almost a full day of cleaning. Well, I say that, it's like 11:30 already, but hey, you know, my goal is to clean all of this, possibly like truly declutter and like reorganize like a corner. We have some plans possibly in the future to kind of redo this one corner of our bedroom to be more like an easier place to film sewing content that isn't like crazy, messy art supply bookcase behind us, but we'll see. That is not happening super soon, but regardless, I need to clean everything. There's stuff all over the floor. There's a beanbag that I need to put somewhere else because we have to climb over it to get to the other half of our room. We also need to find a place for Felix's old gardening table because it is no longer our desk, which is very exciting. So I have to put that somewhere because that is the other reason we can't get to the other half of the room. There's just like a barrier of giant beanbag and gardening table blocking it. I have faith in us. Pretty excited. I'm liking my book that I'm reading right now. First time in a long time. Had a good morning, made some coffee, made some breakfast, and now I'm ready to go and do this with you.
All right, this is the before that we're working with. Not super proud of it, but honestly, like nothing in here is super old food or like, you know, dangerous in any way. It is just so disorganized. Like I said, this is just the room where we end up throwing stuff. If we have company over, we're like, just put that in our room so nobody sees it. And it's also where we do a lot of our crafting, all of our editing. It's also everything on the bunk bed there is stuff put aside for the children's clothing swap that Felix runs. It is just filled with stuff. And it's been driving me bananas, so it is absolutely beyond time to deal with it, and I'm excited that we're doing that together today.
It's been an hour. I feel like we've done almost nothing. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It is like most of like this half of the room is just like laundry on the floor, trash that needs to be thrown away. So this is the part where it's more like putting things where they go. But it is driving me bananas. It's okay. We've got it. We're doing it. I got everything off of this. Where am I going to put it? I don't have anywhere to put this. Where do I put it? We got some free, really sturdy cardboard from one of our neighbors because for our toddler's birthday, we always do a lot of decorating. I say always. He's only had one birthday before this one that he'll have this summer. And then we paint the cardboard into decorations to put around our house. So this stuff, that's some hardy cardboard. I don't know what's happening with my mouth. Anyway, I'm really excited about that. The problem is because it's so thick, it's not going to fit with my other cardboard, so I got to shove it under the bunk bed, which I feel is honestly a great place to keep very thick cardboard that you will later turn into, hopefully, a giant bear from Bear in the Big Blue House. I feel that's appropriate. Look at all the room. I don't know if you can tell. I've opened the window, so now I'm feeling like I can breathe. I don't know what it is about the way that houses are designed these days. I feel like when I was a kid, I could breathe more inside, and now, maybe it's just the being 30 of it all. But now I feel like if I don't open the window for like 30 minutes every day, I'm like, oh my God, in the house. So anyway, don't get too excited. All I've done is moved by the way, you're on Monster Filter. I'm sure you can tell because I'm sure I look like this. I moved the giant boulder of a beanbag into our living room and also the gardening table into our living room. Our toddler's taking a nap, so that is gonna be a problem when he wakes up. That's a problem for me in the future, okay? Right now, I'm hoping I can just gather all the dirty clothes off the floor in the whole room. And I think that will really, really shift me into locking in mode, you know? Like, mega clean. It's hard though. I keep taking lots of breaks to look at my phone because I am addicted to my phone like everyone my age. I did, however, already give away 2 things on Facebook Marketplace, buy nothing. So 2 things decluttered out of my house. I also yesterday got an ironing board. Very excited about that. It does, the cover that they gave to me is a little crusty, so I'm gonna wash it and see if that helps. And if it does not, that is a problem for me in the future. It can't be that hard to make one though, honestly. It's got to be just like cutting it out, putting some elastic, making progress. What a nice husband. Rolling the Indiana Jones boulder up the stairs.
Just me and my dung. There's a little poop beetle with my poop.
Wait, turn sideways so you look like a beetle with poop. Hold on, freeze.
The Addo flightless dung beetle. For him, the dung ball is huge, and it sometimes has a mind of its own.
Nice.
I woke up this morning as a beetle, and I gotta push this fucking poop. And you know what? That book's only like 6 pages long, so I bet there's no epilogue or prologue.
Is a book about this?
It didn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, sad baby. You want the boulder, you want the baby?
I'll take the goddamn boulder.
All right. Okay. Felix pushed it most of the way, and then I just helped, and now they are with the baby. I've put myself into a problem here because here's the beanbag. And that far back right room is where I'm trying to get it. And I forgot about these things in the hallway. Okay. So I'm just gonna... Oh my God. Wait, can I do this so you can see me? Maybe? Okay. Did you hear my knee? Alright. I have no idea what my plan is here. Do you think like I can lift it up? Like and carry it on my back for a short period of time? Okay. Okay. Ha ha ha. I know I've already said this many times, but honestly, most of the rest of the room is laundry, which is great in that I don't have to do a lot of thinking to just put it in a hamper. But also, it's been like 3 days since I filmed this, and we're still not totally caught up. To be fair, I do think we're gonna catch up today, but I've been running like 4 or 5 loads of laundry a day. And like, I don't know why this keeps happening, you know? It just always does. I also just now was like, oh, it's so funny. I feel like I always start at the door and then work my way to the craft area, but like today I started with the craft area and I'm working my way to the door. Like, I wonder why I always do that. And then I just remembered it's because there's a bunch of stuff that needs to go in the craft area by the door. Because like I said, this is just kind of where we shove stuff. So I'm basically doing the craft area twice because I don't have to move that stuff over here and then redo this. Which is, I guess, kind of what I would have to do anyway. Because like I'm kind of like always reorganizing. Not reorganizing, but like cleaning off this table. I try to clean off between projects. Not everyone in the house does that, but I feel like it makes it so much easier. So there is that. It is like 4:30. I do have, Felix is watching the baby all the afternoon, but he has to cook dinner. So I do have to go watch him in a little bit and then we'll come back. And hopefully, I think I can finish this today if I actually like lock in.
I don't want to do this. Ugh. That took 13 minutes and it's been there for like 3 months, but did you consider I hated every second of it? It's a lot of seconds to hate it, so think about that.
Welcome to the show, and now I'm filming you for the show. Baby's asleep.
I just basically took a time lapse of me cleaning that thing.
That's all right.
Okay.
Do you want to narrate it now? And scene.
God, I hate doing this. I really hate it. I don't like to do something. I don't like to be made to do something. My wife did an incredible job cleaning, and so it would be so bitchy of me to be like, no, I'm not gonna clean this one thing that's been this way for months. That would be horrible of me. So I can't even really complain about it. I just have to do it, but I do hate it.
Wow, and those are your internal thoughts.
Are they internal if I've externalized them?
You've externaled them, yeah.
Now their turn.
But now comes the best part which is also the worst part of clean room.
De-sharpening.
To de-sharpen the bed. Yeah. Yeah, when we go in there together, I'll have you explain why the bed is sharp.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
The bed is sharp.
Describe the sharpness.
With my skin. Obviously, you know what a sharp bed is.
No, because you invented sharpness of bed.
No, everyone knows it.
It's not sharp.
It is sharp. When it has sheets, it's not sharp. It's not dull, but it isn't sharp. And it is sharp when there is not sheets on it.
Right.
It has to do with the way, it's like the fibers of the bed, when there's no fitted sheet, become tiny knives. There's a scientific, there's a catalyst that causes knife fibers. So if you were to take the cells of a bed and look at them under a microscope, if it's a bed that did not have a fitted sheet on it, those cells would be knives. And so that's how it's sharp. So you have to put the fitted sheet on it. Yeah, to sort of neutralize the situation. And de-sharpen the bed.
Right.
Obviously.
And that's what we're here to do today.
Yeah.
And it's great to sleep on clean sheets.
Yeah.
But if only we could afford a person who knew how to put sheets on bed in our relationship.
Yeah, it's not that we often sleep on clean sheets.
Define clean.
What do you mean?
How recently have the sheets been washed for them to be clean?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to change them? Do you know how often you're supposed to change sheets?
How often are you supposed to change your sheets?
Every week.
Okay, if you're doing that, then you must have like a mattress made out of helium. I don't know how you're doing that. Or possibly you have one of the newfangled mattresses where the cells of it don't turn into knives when it doesn't have a sheet on it. I don't know. Every week?
Yes.
Okay.
Your skin
Sorry.
cells.
As someone who like was crusty previously and is now less crusty, we're changing our sheets way more often than I did in my youth.
That's insane.
We don't change them super infrequently.
We've had these sheets on for probably 6 to 7 weeks.
Yeah, that's not months, Morgan.
That is 2 months, Felix.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gross.
We did wash our, not that you can tell because it's also kind of crusty. Here's the other thing though, is we really met in the middle in our relationship. Because not when I lived with my parents, okay? So if you knew me at my parents' house, no you didn't. When I moved into my apartment, my first apartment, I was making my bed like most mornings. You know what I mean? I was changing my sheets very regularly.
If you wanted to do that, you shouldn't have married the trash heap.
And then, I married someone who I came to your house, to your apartment.
Yeah.
And I said, why is there a 7-week-old pudding cup in this nightstand? And you were like, well, I was going to throw it away. And I was like, you missed.
Yeah.
Because it's in the nightstand. Now we sort of meet in the middle.
Unevenly yoked.
Because I used to live a much less sustainable life. Because I'd be like, well, this is like a year old. I need to get rid of it before we met. And now, because we're both living more sustainably, we've kind of... There's not like a dirtiness that comes with sustainability, but there is like a... It doesn't need to look brand new that comes with sustainability.
Yeah.
So, is this little mattress topper possibly a little discolored? Are our pillows a little yellow? They are clean, okay? They're just a little yellow.
I will say,
we could put a little bit of purple dye and they'd be fixed right up.
Be fixed. You ever heard of bleach?
You could put a little bit of bleach on it.
I don't know. What I have to say is that our pillows that are a little bit yellow seem to be like a normal...
Yeah.
Skin. Yeah, the ones that are really yellow, I think they were always going to turn yellow.
Yeah. All right.
Can we please de-sharpen
Are
this
you
bed?
ready to de-sharpen?
I'm so ready to be shrinking dinkies.
Yeah. Well, then you have to do your captions on your video.
Ugh.
Oh, Daddy's day is never
God.
over. He dinks.
Ugh.
He shrinks.
Ugh.
Is this big or is this small?
Where did that come from?
From the linens bag.
The linens bag.
Yeah, box right here. I see you shoved some t-shirts into it, though.
I didn't know that was a linens box.
Yeah, did you not notice all the linens that were in the box?
No, I thought
Before you put some shirts on top
it
of
was
it?
shirts I wasn't wearing in the box. But but that I'm not emotionally prepared to get rid of. I don't know when I decided it was that.
Yeah.
Sometime, I guess, after and probably before there was...
Yeah, there's kind of sheets in between your shirts.
Sort of a shirts sheets sandwich.
Okay, bad news.
What?
I can't even get one thing on here. Do you see?
Uh,
My wrist is messed up.
Because you fell so hard.
Yeah,
Is
in
this
love
the right
with you.
way? What's this? That was funny. This is a corner, isn't it? I'm thinking that's probably relevant. Okay. You friggin' dingus, can you take your pillow? Please, can you move your pillow? I can't move it up into your pillow. Scott, your pillow's been there for 1,000 years. I moved my pillow because I'm nice and you didn't move your pillow.
I'm gonna throw up!
Good. Okay, thank you.
How was my pillow obstructing that?
I'm not sure. I thought it would be a problem.
Hang on. I'm so itchy. I think I got bit. I did!
Let me see.
Well, I can feel the bump.
I thought you were like, let me just pat myself.
Good job,
well
girl.
done.
You're halfway there with one part.
Okay, so
I'm like Scooby-Doo when he's injured. For real. What would your Scooby snack be? I think I know, but you guess for yourself.
you know,
I think I know what yours might be.
what would it be?
One.
Pad Thai.
Oh, no. It's gotta be a snack.
Hold on, let me think.
This
Is there something that needs to be like dry? Could be in a bag, shelf
No,
stable?
great question. No, this is something I would call, it could be like, it could be a snack, it could be sort of an appetizer.
For a Scooby snack.
Yeah, but
or
it's like,
you're deciding.
it's
what
like
it is.
I'm trying to trick you into doing something,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'll give you one.
and it's not something that you have in your backpack.
No,
necessarily.
I would certainly have to have a device to heat this up.
Okay, it's a mozzarella stick.
It's a mozzarella stick.
But I'm saying like what are the parameters of the Scooby snack?
I was just saying something that could be served in small quantity.
Yeah, and I could have
One
a
pad
little
thai.
bit of chicken pad thai. Chicken pad
Chicken!
thai.
The de-sharpening has made you non-vegetarian.
Now I'm not vegetarian anymore. Yeah, here's another thing that we are uneven about.
Here's another thing. Go ahead, can you pull that way, please?
Yeah, I just kind of hold this. I don't
Pull
tuck
it
it
this
in.
way.
Okay, well, it's I don't plug.
No,
I
but
don't,
me
I won't plug it in.
Me
You
and,
can't make me plug it in.
me and the baby use the top sheet. We both use it.
Well, he didn't when we were snuggling last night.
Well, yeah, he just goes with it. He's not very.
You try to push the top sheet on me. You won't let me have any of the comforter. You want me to freeze. And my frail, emaciated, tiny self, I get so cold in the night. Hardly any skin on my bones.
And that's what I've always said. Pull the corner,
And I'm cold and you don't even care about my coldness. I have a disability. I'm so skinny. So slender and trim. And I freeze in the night. You don't even care.
People are always messaging us saying, that poor boy.
That poor Felix. Get some meat on those
Get
bones.
some meat on them bones. There are too many shirts. I can't find any freaking linens.
You could put a shirt on a pillow.
You wouldn't put a shirt on a pillow.
But, like you wouldn't download it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't put a sheet on a pillow. I truly have no idea how many king size. We might be running low here because I think we've used them all just now.
I don't use that square yellow pillow. It's scary.
I know. It's when we got a baby also at our house. And when he was big enough to get in the bed, the problem is he wants to shove his head under the king size pillow. And so I started sleeping with a square pillow. It's less pillow for him to shove his head under.
I don't have to worry about. I only have to worry about one pillow because I only use one pillow. So you can
No, yeah, I think that's what I'm
have
saying.
your pillows. No, I don't. But I'm telling you right now of this because you need 17 pillows and I just use one.
4.
Okay. Well, I have one sheet for mine. That's what I'm using.
Yeah.
For my pillow sheet.
I think I can only re-bag the pillows after I wash the ones we just had. Yeah, I threw your blankets on the ground.
Yeah, that was unkind of you.
Well, I know you don't use the comforter, so.
The comforter? I do use the comforter. You don't let me use the comforter.
You have 2 blankets of your own.
Trim. I'm so slender. I freeze. You don't even care.
You have 2 blankets.
And
one
I'm
of them
so
plugs
cold.
into the wall.
Oh no, I don't even know where that is.
It's right there.
Goodbye. I'm done. I'm clogging out.
And he clocked out. All right, the room is clean. For the first time, this is probably the cleanest it's been in quite some time. There are definitely still some areas that are certainly not the most Martha Stewart living sort of situation, but almost everything has a place. The bed, you can get all the way around it. You can get all the way to the other side of the room to start sewing and also to edit at the computer. And there's plenty of space on the floor. Like I said before, everything on the bunk bed is for the children's clothing swap. If you're in Salem, it's April 11th. It's gonna be a great time. And so we can't really get rid of it till after that. Hopefully after that, we'll be able to at least put it away in the garage until the next one. I really enjoy making these kind of videos. It is a lot harder these days with a toddler and also working this very strange job to keep our house as clean as we could before those changes. And so I hope when you watch these you feel seen and less alone when it comes to having just like, if not a very messy house, at least a very, very messy room. It's just, it's hard, especially with everything going on in the world. It is very difficult to prioritize something like cleaning your room. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that we did this together. I'm so glad that it's done. It will probably have to get done again in like 2 or 3 weeks. And that's just the nature of the game. I saw a reel recently where it was like, here's my daily routine as a mom of 6. And it was like, I like to start my day by cleaning the kitchen because I really like to have a clean kitchen to start my day. Then after that, I like to change things up by cleaning my kitchen. And it's like she goes through her whole day and the only thing she keeps saying is that she's cleaning her kitchen. And that is kind of exactly what it feels like anytime it's not a work day for me. I feel like I'm just constantly like picking up after myself or my family or trying to get something ready that we're gonna do later today. It's just like that thing that people say where they're like, you don't realize how much free time you had until then you have a kid and you're like, what was I doing with all of my time? It's so true. And I'm not complaining. It's amazing. Also, as our kiddo gets older, he like gets more interested in helping out with things. So like recently he's kind of been helping with laundry, mostly just moving things back and forth, but it is really, really cute. Thank you so much for watching this today. We do have a couple of spring cleaning videos coming out, or at least planned. There's definitely going to be some classic decluttering. There's some weird spaces in our house we're thinking of changing, as I said earlier. And, you know, we can always find something to work on together, that's for sure. I hope that you got a little bit of cleaning motivation out of this. I hope that you feel a little bit less alone, and I hope that you remember that I'm so glad that you're here. The world is so scary, but you are so lovely, and I'm so proud of you. Please drink some water. Please stretch, take a little walk, clean a little area in your home. All right, sweet peas, I can't wait to see you in the next one. Enjoy the bloopers. Goodbye. Gotta be honest, I can't see the angle, so hopefully this is cool. I mean, I say always. He's only had one birthday. Don't tell me it's climate change, okay? I feel like if I'm not exactly centered, then it looks like I'm on a weird Netflix documentary.
Here's what I'll say.
Hold on. And, right?
Yeah, that's what I was having.
Okay, you
Don't try to do that. Oh my god. You said you were ready for me. You weren't ready! I could be going in turn around shrinking.
What if we try? Oh no. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, that's good. That's good.
she's so unprofessional.